right. Hey now, y'all. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break. We are totally rejuvenated. We're rested. We're ready. We're re-energized, reinvigorated, everything. That's where we are today. Just attach that word. The what is it? I'm not going to embarrass myself with English mishaps, but I will tell you this. We're very happy to be back here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Creative Tony, and first of all, shout out to my mom, Kathy. Listen, she cooked it up and I ate it up. I finally finished my leftovers yesterday. I finally cleared them out. But dude, I've been eating my ass off for like since Thursday. I have not stopped eating. I've pretty much kicked that cold that was bugging me last week. So I feel way, way better. Niners win on the road. Creative Tony's got a ski cap on. It's madness already. Tony, how was your Thanksgiving break? You look great. Welcome back. I see the new background. You're looking good. Talk to me, brother.
First of all, you said you ate it up, but Paulie, did you lick it up? Is more important.
It's only right, dude. You got to live like you're on vacation. Lick it up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, Creative Tony's froze up on me a little bit. Creative Tony, if you're still there, you should exit and come back because you're. It's a funny image too that Creative Tony is frozen on. All right, hold on. I don't know how to get him back on the show right now because he's in a different location today. And it didn't take long. It didn't take long for the first mishap of the day. But while Tony's working on that, let me just say to all of you, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I really did have a great one. I want to thank my mom for cooking up such an amazing dinner. The Niners in Cleveland yesterday, man, they checked all the boxes. That's 3 in a row now. And Rags factoring in. And Rags, my buddy from New Jersey, factoring into today's show in a variety of ways. For starters, Rags gets the pre-show post of the day because I just saw this right before we started the show. Rags said, "Eat it, Philly, and eat it even harder, Muppet." Rags, bravo, my brother, bravo. First of all, well done. Well done. Way to make my Thanksgiving day all that it could possibly be. Remember that, like the Marines, be all that you can be? Dude, watching the Cowboys beat the Chiefs on national audience on Thanksgiving, that helped me be all I can be. So thank you very much, Rags, for that. You held up your end of the bargain. You know what's crazy about Rags' Cowboys? First of all, they're playing good football, and you look around the NFC East, the Eagles are starting to decline. How crazy is this, you guys? As we sit here today, the Dallas Cowboys actually, hey, Tony, the Cowboys actually have a chance to win that division. How freaking crazy is that? But that's on the table. All right, Tony, welcome back to the program. I was just shouting out Rags and his glorious Cowboy victory. Yeah. And how are you doing? I never got to hear your opening statement today.
Dude, fat and happy, elastic waistband all weekend.
Tony, I'm wearing sweatpants right now. I'm wearing sweats right now. I'm not ready to go back to jeans yet. I can't do it. Not yet.
No, God, no, dude. Why would you? Why would you? That's the elastic waistband was invented for holidays like Thanksgiving and weekends after Thanksgiving. Because, dude, and again, I don't eat a lot of meat, and so when I decide to eat the deep fried turkey that was made by my brother-in-law Jeff, shout out Jeff.
You did. You got involved with some deep fried turkey.
Not yet. Yes, okay. I did. And he had to dunk it in canola oil because we had some allergies in the group, so he couldn't do peanut oil, which is the preferred method.
That's all right.
But he did a canola oil, and man, he crushed it. And God bless America, it was amazing. And I also want to give thanks to Neil Donardi for having us here. But let me see if you can see that picture right there.
Oh, that looks incredible. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's being taken out. That's being taken out right there. Let's give it.
What is that, like on a fishing line? What are they reeling that thing out like with a rod?
That's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. He's got like a hook.
That really does look incredible. That's an amazing. That's like a turkey that looks like it's been perfectly prepared, perfectly brown.
Here's what I didn't eat, Paulie.
See, here we go again. Now, you're upsetting my mom when you do this because my mom makes her own cranberry sauce, and it was really good, by the way. So your name even came up at our Thanksgiving table. She's like, "What's Tony's problem with the cranberry?" And I'm like, "I don't want to talk about Tony right now. Let me just eat my cranberries without like his shadow hanging over this table." But it did. You made it all the way up to Petaluma. My mom was like, "What's Tony's problem with the cranberries?" I'm like, "Mom, don't even worry about it. We're going to enjoy these cranberries." Yeah.
I did get a few text messages saying, "Dude, what's the deal? Come on, man. You're killing my cranberry vibe on Thanksgiving."
My mom said it's un-American. Quote. My mom said, "You know what? Tell Tony it's un-American not to eat cranberries."
I want to congratulate Noemi. She sent a picture of her jalapeno cranberry sauce. I bet you.
Ooh.
Now, if you throw jalapenos in the mix, you might get me a little. You might get me to indulge, but I don't know. It was a great feast, though. Phenomenal feast. My sister-in-law Jill Salvato, she put out all these different casseroles, and she tried an Italian stuffing that was, I think, risotto based.
Ooh, interesting. Nice. Yeah.
Really good. And then your traditional stuffing, and just they even had like beans and rice if you wanted to get crazy, and like it was just an incredible spread. So yes, Paulie. And then God bless it, dude. The weekend was almost perfect. If the Minnesota Vikings could have pulled, something out of their ass, and we would have had a Chiefs loss, an Eagles loss, a Rams loss, and a Seahawks loss. But I'll take
me too. I know we did great. Now, Tony, stand by. First of all, I got to interrupt this program because, according to one of our favorite supporters and friends out there in the Polymac particle familia, our friend Lady Catalina, Noemi, says that, dude, Tony's name popped up in Southern California as well. So, bro, you blanketed the entire Golden State, Northern California, Southern California. Everyone's talking about Tony and his cranberry resistance movement. And I reject it. Okay, I reject it. My mom's cranberry sauce was freaking great. And I'll tell you what, I wish I had some more. It was involved in every helping of leftovers, because I've been eating leftovers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days straight. It was a triumvirate of Thanksgiving leftovers, and cranberry sauce was part of all three. Tony, your reactions?
Dude, I'm sorry that I just not a fan. And I've always been vocal about it because I just don't understand the fruit accompaniment on the Thanksgiving.
You've said too much. Now you've said too much, Tony.
Is there any other meal in all of the holidays that you're adding?
I'll come through the freaking door with sliced peaches if I need to, and grapes, and I'll put fruit all over the table just to piss you off.
But for dessert. Give me a cranberry pie. Sure. Give me cranberries on top of like a vanilla ice cream. I don't care.
We've gone too far.
Next to my stuffing and my turkey and my mashed potatoes.
Some people, let me talk to the community for a second. Tony, ignore this.
Hold on a second. Or you could make it like a TV dinner style and have compartments, so the cranberries don't touch other things.
Like a little kid, like those little kid plates. Here, your veggies are here. I'm going to put your rice in this one, and there's your meat right there. Yeah, the little compartments, totally.
Before we get into the Niners win and everything, dude, shout out TV dinners that we all grew up with.
Oh, yeah. Hungry Man. Shout out Hungry Man. Yeah.
And then also shout out ZZ Top's TV dinners, too.
So, nice, dude. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. All right, Tony. So Thanksgiving hopefully was a success for everybody. If you traveled, I hope you made it back without a whole lot of hassle. I guess Noemi was in SoCal. But anyway, it was great. It was just nice to have a break, and so much great football over the weekend. By the way, before we dive into the Niners in Cleveland, Tony, did you see, I did not expect this, but what a treat we got last night for Sunday Night Football. Did you watch that game?
Yes.
Insane. That game was insane. I was like, no, you guys got to keep playing. I wanted like another overtime after the first one ended, because what a competitive game. My hat's off to the Commanders. I thought both sides played their guts out last night.
And I feel like the whole country was rooting for Marcus Mariota, like a backup
QB. He actually played a really good game. Mariota, I thought, played a very solid game, showcased his wheels several times. He can tuck it in and run. And this is a guy who's been in the league for a long time, Mariota. He's been around a while.
How about our guy Hufanga, dude? 13 tackles in that game, dude. The guy
I know. I get panged, dude.
So well, dude. Like, oh my
Greenlaw too, dude. Greenlaw played his ass off too. I look at Greenlaw out there and I'm like, do you know what I would give to still have him on our roster? Not to take anything away from D. Winters. He's doing a great job. But I got to say, I would love to have Dre Greenlaw part of the 49er defensive unit. I think a lot of people feel the same way. He also had the interception last night, Greenlaw. He had the big pick last night. So very happy for the former 40. Oh, dude, speaking of reunions, you know what kept going through my mind last night? What? When all of a sudden, dude, you get this like weird twist in the action. All of a sudden, here comes Jake Moody, bro. Here he comes. Jake Moody comes trotting out. Now he's got pressure. He's got to make a kick. He did. But I started thinking, hold on a second. Wait, let me get this straight. So Jake Moody is now reunited with Deebo Samuel. And let's not forget, Deebo Samuel took a swing at Jake Moody on the sideline last. He took a swing at him. So I'm like, he better make this kick or Deebo's going to attack him again, this time in front of the whole country. Luckily, that didn't happen.
What is it with like wide receivers and just drama? Like, what is it, dude? Because I was watching Jerry Jeudy for the Browns, and he was like complaining like Shedeur Sanders overthrew him by a few yards in like the first drive, I think, of the game. And I'm seeing Jeudy just shaking his head, and I'm like, dude, come on, man, cut the guy some slack, dude. It's his first throw downfield as a starter, and the conditions aren't exactly like favorable for the guy. I don't know. And then of course we can get into it later, Paulie, but your guy, Juwan Jennings.
We're going to talk about Juwan Jennings today. I got a whole litany of stuff I want to say about Juwan Jennings. For real, like all kidding aside, when we get into our studs and duds, he might just land on that list. Stay tuned. We're going to get into all the Juwan Jennings kind of aftermath, because there is an aftermath. Like, there's a lot of people who have a lot to say about Juwan Jennings. Okay, Tony, real quick, before we dive into the Niners in Cleveland, I just want to do a little roadmap for the week because it's a little unusual. No, you got something else. What do you got?
Well, no, part of your roadmap is I want to do our Long Bridge love pretty soon out of the roadmap.
Okay.
I want to announce like a holiday special that Longbridge is running. So I want to make sure that we mention that. So roadmap, arrow Longbridge, arrow Niners. How about that?
Okay, no, I like that. Look at Tony produce with the gray hat. I love it. Let Tony produce, man. Let Tony produce. Let Phil sing. Okay, Tony, for starters, this week we have a shorter week. We're going to be off Friday because we're going to be running around getting ready for the holiday frolic, which will be this Friday starting at 4:00 at Standard Deviant Brewing. You can look it up online. It's 1070 Maryland Street, not far from Longbridge Pizza. We hope to see as many of you as possible. We plan on having a great time. Dami Peralta and I had a meeting with Patty from Napa over the weekend. So Dom is going to set up the camera again for the remote broadcast. So those of you like Rags, other people that just can't make it for whatever reason, we will have a still shot on the room where you can interact. People will stop by and talk to the camera and say hi to the people watching. So that's Friday. There's no admission. We just want to hang out and say thank you for what's been a great, great debut year. And Tony tells me today, let me make sure I get the right number. Today is show number 217, Tony. Is that correct?
Yep. 217, Paulie. 217. There we go.
I just dropped my papers on the floor. 217. Thank you for that. And but anyway, so Friday, come on. You don't have to be there at 4. I probably won't even be there until 5 or 6. But come on down and have a great time with us. Celebrate the holidays as we say thank you. Now, Tony, also involving the audience this week. This is really cool. So we told you guys recently that we have started to open up the kind of sponsorship booth for anybody in the PMP familia that would like to join us on the show, say sponsor the music assignment, for example. We've had a couple of guests already. We'll continue to do that. But that any kind of feature segment we do, Tony's Top 3, Studs and Duds, things like that, Hot and Sour Picks, you guys can sponsor any of those. All the information, Tony will give that to you in a second about how to sign up and qualify, because we have some other updates. We have some people waiting to sponsor the music assignment in the next week or two. But this Wednesday on the night flight, this is going to be really fun. We're going to be joined by Scarlet Fire, none other than our very own beloved Bonnie, who is going to, Tony, she's sponsoring the Show Us Your Stubs segment. So and I actually have a huge amount of ticket stubs right behind me on the shelf here. I have my whole book filled with my entire career of concert going and sports too. So Bonnie's going to join us on Wednesday night as a guest sponsor for the Show Us Your Stubs. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. And we really look forward to that, Bonnie. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, this is it. So if you're in the audience and you're like, well, I want to participate. I want to show you my stubs too. Just send them in. Send one. But here's our request. 1 photo per PMPer. So you can take a photo of multiple stubs or just a picture of one ticket. But to make it a little bit more manageable for us, send those to pauliespod@gmail.com. Make sure we get those by tomorrow night, and that way we can use them on the show Wednesday. Okay, Tony, what were you going to say, buddy?
Well, I just want to show people how they can, if they're interested in signing up for this.
Yes.
I'm just going to share the screen, and they can see. If you go to Polymax Particles, our channel on YouTube at Polymax Particles, first, please like and subscribe while you're there, and then also right below our bio is the links. You'll see an Eventbrite link. If you want to click that link and RSVP for Friday, we'd love to get a final head count to tell Standard Deviant and to tell Neil Denardi at Longbridge Pizza. And also click that links area, and this screen will pop up. And let's see if it's coming. Yeah, that screen will pop up. and you will see the Holiday Frolic link. Then you'll see the SF Marin Food Bank link. And then the third link is the Order PMP merch link. Click that link. And below, when you click that link, you will be see the icons where you can click to sponsor the musical assignment or Tony's Top 3, or I believe, I think those are the 3 that are up there, or the 2 that are up there right now. So, and the hot and sour picks, bookmarks, and show us your stubs. Wow, Dom, look at Dom Peralta on fire. So you did all of those. So all 5 of those are up. Bookmarks, hot and sour picks, show us your stubs, musical assignment, and the Tony's Top 3. So those are all there on that link, and that's about it. Probably just wanted to give people like part of your roadmap. I just wanted to show them, give you the visual aids for the roadmap.
I love it, Tony. Well explained. I couldn't have done that as clearly or concisely, so thank you for that. And again, my connection. Yes. Go ahead.
On that note, too, I do want to announce that Sweet Mad Hatter, our dear friend Sweet Mad Hatter, aka William in Eugene, Oregon, he has already snagged December 12th for the musical assignment, Friday, December 12th, which is not this Friday, but next Friday. And then we have David Basham, also known as Triple Z, also known as Napa Dude. Nice. He has taken January 16th for the musical assignment. So we got people signing up, and it's great. And we'd love to have more of you involved. And it's going to be a lot of fun because Paulie and I have always wanted you guys to be as much of the show as humanly possible. So this is one way to do it. So thanks.
Yeah, big time. Well said, Tony. Thank you very much. And if you're waiting around and you're like, well, I want to get in line, dude, just send it in. We promise you, we will find you a place. If you have an idea for a music assignment now and you just want us to hold the date, by all means, send it in. We will not let you slip through the cracks. Like Tony said, we're already setting people up for January shows. So pauliespod@gmail.com. And I really look forward to Bonnie on Wednesday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. She's kind of my spirit animal sister kind of thing, because she's a Jersey girl. Yep. She's in the Bay. She loves the Bay Area. And she's the only one of the PMP Familia outside of Neil Donardi that I actually crossed paths with when the Dead played Golden Gate Park back in August. Because again, Tony, there was like 70,000 people on the polo field. And, you know, Dom was trying to find me. I was trying to find Patty from Napa. Couldn't find anybody. And then I think it was day 1, maybe day 2, show 1, show 2. It's hard to remember. But I was sitting down, Tony, on the ground on my blanket between sets, as hippies will do. Yeah. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, Bonnie walked right by me. I'm like, hey, Bonnie, what's up? So anyway, Bonnie and I found each other just in that way that when all the forces kind of, shine on alike correctly on you, because you couldn't have planned it. When I tried to plan finding people I missed, when I let it happen, I found Bonnie. So, Bonnie, you're going to be awesome on Wednesday. Tony, Longbridge Pizza. Let me tell you a couple things about Longbridge. And then
First of all, you're talking about Longbridge Pizza. That's where I'm broadcasting from today, is Neil Donardi's office at Longbridge Pizza. We have some work being done at the house down in San Carlos. So
the renovations, dude, the endless renovations happening at Creative Tony's Castle. Renovations.
Castle, that's awesome. Yeah. So I called Neil up and I said, hey, dude, any chance I can just, meander upstairs to the office and do the broadcast? He says, dude, of course. And dude, that's just Neil. That's just Neil's vibe. He says, get on in here. And by the way, when I walked into Longbridge today, they're closed today. But dude, Neil's brother, Neil's mom, Neil's dad, and Neil all hanging up Christmas decorations inside Longbridge Pizza as we speak. So just
have you made that move yet? Have you hung any Christmas decorations yet? Have you started the
the day after Thanksgiving? Turn the page. Day after Thanksgiving. So I mean, it's officially Christmas season. So
it is.
Day after Thanksgiving. I love that turn of the page. The day after Thanksgiving, you got leftovers all over the place, and then you turn the page from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and now the march is on. We got the day counter. Olivia, my daughter, loves the countdown. She does the daily countdown, how many days until Christmas. So,
are you doing McVeigh on a shelf? Are you going to do the little McVeigh on a shelf? You got
yeah. Hell yeah, we're going to do McVeigh on the shelf, dude. And by the way, McVeigh on the shelf, man, I don't know what happened to you over the weekend, my friend, but
can you give me a piece? Give me a piece of him on the sleigh or something. I just want to, dude, there he is, dude. I don't know what happened, guys. We lost. We got beaten. Carolina came in. They beat us. They took us behind the woodshed. Yeah. No, dude. Hey, shout out to Carolina. You know what? I really wouldn't put that much energy on. Honestly, this is my view of the Rams losing that game. It happens. Like it happens. I remember in 1990 when the Niners They were, dude, they were 10-0, and they were just plowing through and all of a sudden they lost at home to the Rams. So, like, my point is, it happens. Like,
and also, Paulie, dude, Stafford hadn't thrown a pick since week 3, and then he threw 2 in the first half, or was it the first quarter yesterday? Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, it's bound to happen, and I'm happy for our guy Carolina Mike, who, you know.
Dude, I would have loved to have seen his video last night. He must have been going crazy. Throwing the Monopoly money around with the shorts, dude, with his shorts and socks. Yeah.
150,000. So that's Carolina Mike. Maybe. So I'll talk to Fareed offline because Robot Centaur, it's amazing. Like 3 people messaged this guy to see like, hey, can you come on Polymax Particles? And he didn't respond to anybody except for Fareed. So Fareed's got the magic fairy dust, the particles around him for sure. Maybe Carolina Mike knows that Fareed runs the PMP sports desk. So,
I think most people do at this point. Most people know Fareed. That's his identity. Oh, you man the PMP sports desk. Right on. By the way, we got
Robot Centaur. He says in the comment, Tony, now is the time to get Mike on the show, Carolina Mike on the show. Dude, I said those exact words to Paulie before the show. I said, dude, I'm going to bark up Carolina Mike's tree again this week and see if he can come on and talk and celebrate the win over the Rams.
Let him talk that mess, dude. Let him talk that mess. Let him throw his Monopoly money in the air. Let him make it rain and have a good time. Tony, we do have our first super of the day, and it's our good buddy Ray Goodman. Yeah.
And he's calling out for something. So he says, happy Monday. Buckeyes went business time up north. So stand by, Paulie.
You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, thank you, Ray. Yeah, your Buckeyes, man, they're all they meant business. I mean, that wasn't much of a ball game either. They put Michigan right under their heel and basically kept them there all day. But again, like that was like what a great several days of football, man, starting with Thanksgiving Day. And by the way, how great, Tony, last thing, and then we can go to Longbridge and then Niners in Cleveland, but how great was it watching Dallas? Oh, dude, and the return of Joe Burrow, the nightcap, bro. I was elated to see Joe Burrow.
Paulie, this was a phenomenal football weekend. Seriously.
It really was.
And watching the Eagles lose in Philly was such a joyous occasion for me.
I look at Philly like a sports car that is the gas tank is on E. Like that red light is on, and they got to find. I'm telling you, they do not. They look entirely beatable right now. The Philadelphia Eagles.
The tush push too is losing its shine too because
they turned the ball over on the tush push. How great was that, dude? They turned the ball. Oh, see, it's fine. The football gods are finally saying, "Okay, you know what? We've had enough of that. We've had enough of this nonsense. Here's what you get. Here's a fumble." Yeah.
If there's baseball gods, there's definitely football gods. So I definitely feel the same way, Paul. I'm like, look at this. This is phenomenal. And you know what? I got to say, I always have liked Jalen Hurts. So I'm like not like an anti Jalen Hurts guy.
I like Jalen Hurts too. I do. I still like him. I liked him when he was in college, and I like him today. I do.
But seeing Sirianni with like a gloomy look on his face. It's like, you know what, dude, eat it. I enjoyed the Chiefs losing and the Eagles losing so much that the Rams losing was like the cherry on the sundae, dude. It was like incredible. So,
and the Niners continue to play pretty good football while the Rams take that loss. The Niners win, so that's a big win right there too. Tony? Do we have time to take another super before Longbridge?
Well, stand by.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's business time.
There we go. We know Dino Stinking Badges chimes in as a super. Ray, thank you for the super, by the way. And Stinking Badges, thank you for the super. He says, shout out, happy Mondays, step on, no reason. Oh, many. It's all the teams that all got stepped on this weekend. Yes, hell yeah, dude. They all got stepped on. And again, come on, Minnesota. You're getting blanked by the Seahawks. You can't even score 3. You're getting blanked. Come on, man. I know the Seahawks are good, but Jesus, man, that was brutal. So
I got to say just an observation here, Tony. Tell me if you're with me on this. One thing about the Seahawks game yesterday kind of caught my attention. Not only the fact that they just manhandled the Vikings, but how about the fact that the Seahawks wore their old unis, like the Jim Zorn era unis? I like those. I prefer those to the dark kind of blue and green thing they do, like in the Legion of Boom era? Like, do you like the throwbacks or the present day Seahawk unis? Because I'll take those old ones every time.
I love the old ones. I really do. I mean, like you said, the Steve Largent, Jim Zorn, even
dude, the Kingdome Seahawks. By the way, when they were in the Kingdome, no, they weren't bothering anybody. You know what I mean? They were just up there doing their thing. They were a threat to nobody. They were part of the AFC West at that time, with San Diego, Oakland, and Seattle. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the Kingdome, I feel them as like they were like a harmless cousin back then. They were like, oh, look at the Seahawks. Look at them. They got Jim Zorn up there. And now they're like the biggest pain in the ass of all time with this whole 12th man crap. It's all nonsense. But anyway, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that when Brian Bosworth, the Boz, was a Seahawk, they were still in the old unis as well.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not as anti the new unis as most people are. I kind of dig that little fluorescent green. It just, I don't know, as the kids say, it pops. Right?
Well, it's got drip, Tony. A lot of drip on the new unis. Yeah.
It's so drippy. So drippy.
How was your son's drip over the weekend? Was he working on his drip, little Dom?
No,
I know,
dude.
drip is a big deal to Dom. I know.
He's talking about he's in the middle of making his Christmas list right now. So
nice,
because my mom and dad and his aunts and uncles and his godparents, they all want to know what do your kids want for Christmas? Give us a list. And so they're making their list, and so he's starting to list off all these different basketball shoes, dude. By the way, the basketball shoe market, especially to kids. And the kids will jump on any craze.
Tony, dude, listen to me. I can tell you horror stories. Let me tell you a quick shoe story, real quick, just a real quick one. So, dude, when here we go. This is a true. You might remember this actually, Tony. When my kids were little and Steph Curry had just come into the league, my son James was obsessed with basketball, with the Warriors, with Steph Curry. Yeah. So when Steph first signed his deal with Under Armour, and the very first ever Curry shoe came out, my son, I got to be fair to my kids, they never really asked for specific things. A couple times they wanted Dad, get me the new PlayStation Star Wars game or get me Madden, but they generally didn't have a lot of requests. But James was like, please, 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 can I get a pair of the new Currys? And I'm like, yes, I will do that for you, James. You're a good kid. You don't ask for much. Done. Let me see what I can do. Bro, I couldn't find this goddamn shoe. I drove all over the Bay Area. I'm not kidding. I was calling stores, and I finally found a pair down at what's the name of that big mall down by you? Hillsdale? Is that what it's called? Dude, I drove down to effing Hillsdale, and I had to tell the lady on the phone, I'm like, do you have the new Currys? She's like, yes, we do. I'm like, she goes, we have one pair. I'm like, all right, good. Listen to me. Hide them under the desk. I'm on my way. I swear to God, I had to drive to Hillsdale, got these damn shoes, gave him, but he was so happy it was worth it. And so my point is, yes. I hear you. I know about the shoe intensity, dude. There was nothing like this when we were kids.
Well, look at this, Paulie. This is Dom's like, Dad. They're called reverse Grinches. Kobe Bryant reverse.
Oh, they're only $300. Perfect. Yeah. Only $3 Yeah.
It's unbelievable, man. So that's on his list. So anyway,
you and I could go have a nice steak dinner for $300. You know what I mean? A really nice night with some nice wine, all for $300.
I don't get what's so special. I mean, I get it. You know, I like that the kids are into shoes. I do because I like shoes myself. But my goodness, these reverse Grinches. Okay. So, anyways. Back to Longbridge Pizza Ball. We can go back to that. So.
Okay, let's go to Longbridge because I had a lot I want to talk about with this 49er game yesterday. I was very pleased generally across the board. So we're going to get into that right after Longbridge Pizza. Listen, it's a Neil Denardi time of year. And Tony just said he is broadcasting live from Longbridge today. Neil Denardi is scurrying around like an elf. He's putting up his Christmas lights. I can't wait to see Longbridge Pizza in the Christmas season. It's going to be awesome. If you've never been to Longbridge, today is not the day to go because they are closed on Mondays. That's the only day Neil gets to rest, but he doesn't rest. He comes into work anyway and hangs up Christmas stuff. But join the Vibe Tribe. Find out why this is the pizza. We've been raving about it all year long. It's been a great addition to my pizza repertoire after not having had Longbridge prior to this year and then meeting Neil, and Neil just took us in like family members. Now it's like the only pizza I eat, and I say that literally. It's the only pizza I eat in San Francisco, and you're going to feel the same way if you haven't tried it yet. But it's not just the pizza. And not only will Neil take care of all of your dietary concerns, say you have like a gluten problem, you have a kid with gluten problems, Neil's got a whole gluten-free menu with all kinds of options for you there. Tony, the sandwiches that he serves up on Wednesdays. You know, I've been telling you about the chicken parm all year and how much I love that chicken parmesan sandwich. He also offers up the chopped cheese, which is the Longbridge Pizza version of a cheesesteak. If you like your deli meats, which I do, Neil stacks them high, just like the chicken parm, dude. He stacks up 2-3 cutlets at a time. It's not just like one little thin piece of bro. He stacks them up like pancakes. So, but the Vinny's Gabagool is the same way. He's just stacking up deli meats, dude, like a mile high. So try the sandwiches, try the pizza. You guys are going to see why we rave about them so much. I enjoy the Nico pizza. That's got like the sausage, the onion. I think there are some pepperoncinis on there, the mozzarella, of course, the Polymac Particle Pizza, one of my favorites, like biggest honor of the years. I've had a pizza named after me. Thank you, Neil, so much for that. But Tony, I'm sure you can sing the praises of Longbridge too. Those are just some of the things I love about Longbridge Pizza. That's all.
Well, I love the fact that Neil and his mother and father and brother are all here on their day off, as you mentioned. Decorating Longbridge for the holidays, getting it all pimped out for the Christmas holiday and New Year's too. It's so great. So I'm sure when I leave this office in Neil Donardi's office right now and go downstairs, it's going to be decked out in Christmas, decorum. So, or decoration. So
maybe take a couple of pictures that we can show on the show next time we talk about Longbridge. So take a few shots. I want to see it.
Absolutely, dude. And also on that note, I wanted to share there's a special offer that they are doing over the holidays. Until December 23rd, the perfect stocking stuffer.
Nice.
You can get Longbridge Pizza gift cards. And if you buy a $50 gift card, you get an extra $10 free. If you buy a $100 gift card, you get an extra $25 free. And this offer is good until December 23rd. So that's Neil offering up gifts and stocking stuffers. And there might be even a McVeigh on a sleigh if you come into Longbridge.
Yeah.
Or McVeigh on a shelf if you come into Longbridge during the holidays. But there it is, the perfect stocking stuffer from Longbridge Pizza. If you want to get a gift card, and I'm definitely going to be giving Longbridge gift cards to people that I know that haven't yet had Longbridge Pizza, but need to have it. They need to get it into their repertoire.
100%, Tony, 100%. So thank you, Longbridge Pizza. Thank you for all that you do, rather. We freaking love you. Some other quick show notes, just some loose ends real quick as the holidays are officially here, like Tony said, the Christmas lights. And I'm not lying. Tony, they're up in my house too. I got the Christmas lights are up in my house too. And you know what? It felt good having those lights up. I'm like, okay, now we're getting into some holidays cheer, if you will. You know what I mean? And by the way, you know what occurred to me, Tony? You hate the cranberry sauce. You want to know what I hate come Christmas time? Not kidding. And this is a staple in every home, and I won't have it anywhere near my mouth or immune system. Eggnog. Don't want it. Don't need it. Didn't ask for it. All that creamy nonsense with what is it, rum? I don't even know what's going on. I don't want any part of freaking eggnog, dude. You're coming at me with the. I don't know. I don't need it. I don't need like creamy drinks over a warm fire. That's just, look at you. See, now you're going to be an eggnog enthusiast. Look.
No, I'm actually on your side of the fence here, Paulie. I'm not a big eggnogger. Not a big eggnogger either.
Nog anyway. The whole word nog is suspicious. You got any nog? Like what the hell is nog?
Here's the thing: if you're gonna have like a creamy or that kind of a drink, I would rather have a gin fizz. My dad makes the greatest gin fizzes, a Ramos gin fizz. That I'd rather have that instead of eggnog. So if
shout
I'm gonna have
shout out Steven Tyler in Ragdoll, slow gin fizzy, do it till you're dizzy, give it all you got and then you put it out your misery. Ragdoll, living in a movie. Anyway, go ahead, Tony. Slow gin fizzy, do it till you're dizzy. Steven Tyler.
Yeah. I love a good gin fizz. Yes, Groach. I see you, Steve Groeschel. It has to be Ramos. Yes, Ramos gin fizz. And you got to use crack some raw eggs in there. You got to use powdered sugar. You got to get the eggnog is too thick for me. It's just
I got Badges over here, Tony, saying I got eggnog in my coffee right now as we speak. He's whacking down eggnog. Hey, Badges, you go do what you got to do, brother. I'm not going to stop you from having a good time. In fact, respect. What is it? December 1st? He's like, I got the eggnog going right now, dude. Good for you, brother. Good for you, man. Yeah.
I mean, I know this isn't PC to say this drink name, but I did have a lot of Irish car bombs back in the day. Do you remember that? Do you remember that drink?
What's in one of those? What's Irish car bomb, dude?
It's a you have a Guinness, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you drop a shot of bourbon in the Guinness, and then just
Probably Jameson's, I would assume. Probably.
Yeah, but I feel like there's some Baileys in there as well, right? I
Oh,
think it's Guinness,
yeah.
Baileys, and Jameson, I think.
It sounds lethal, buddy. It sounds lethal.
Yeah, but then
Keep
you
doing me a
found it.
favor. By the way, you and everybody else in my perimeter, if you ever see me on the streets or we're going to have this Christmas party, you're all in your best interest to keep me away from the Jamesons. I'm just throwing that out there as a public safety announcement. Keep me away from the freaking Jameson. I will do a shot with you guys if you really want me to. But generally speaking, Tony, Jamesons and Polly Mac are best kept separate from one another. Just generally.
Understood and noted, Polly.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
We got another super. This is M7T Hall or M7 Thal. I went to Longbridge on Saturday. Yes, right on. I went to Longbridge on Saturday. Don't overlook the Loading Dock Pizza.
Nice.
Hell, yes. The Loading Dock is where it's got everything. It's like a meat lovers extravaganza, and that's why it's called the Loading Dock. I know your mom is cool, aka Mark Wiseman. He had the Loading Dock his first time ever, and he goes, dude, I'll be back. I'll be back. That was an amazing experience. So yes, M7 Thal or M7T Hall. Thank you for the super. And yes, way to support Longbridge, way to get in there, and also the Loading Dock. If you want meat lovers, get in there, get the Loading Dock, into your belly. Get in my belly. What was the name of that? Oh, Fat Bastard.
Yeah, it's Fat Bastard. And also want to shout out Stevie Groschel saying, hey, guys, I served former Giant Bill Miller an Irish car bomb in Scottsdale in 1998. By the way, that's when Scottsdale must have been really cool because it's so overpopulated now. And they're charging like $200 a ticket for a spring training game. I'm like, well, you people have officially lost your minds, man. Anyway, I want to shout out Bill Miller because a lot of people don't know this. Creative Tony and I, swear to God, used to do a weekly show with Bill Miller when we were on the Ticket 1050 when we first started our careers. Let me give you an example of what the Bill Miller show used to sound like. Here's what it used to sound like. Say the Giants just beat the Dodgers 3-2 on a walk-off at Candlestick Park. Say Barry Bonds hit like a game-winning home run. It was like a huge win, and then the next day we'd be like, hey, Bill Miller, dude, what a great game. You guys beat the Dodgers last night. How do you feel this morning? Yeah, that was a good game.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, cool. You're a game out of first place right now. You got the Dodgers coming in. Are you excited for the series? Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Dude, he made
the whole show went every time. Yeah.
But he made like Bill Belichick seem like passionate. And energetic.
Yeah,
seriously. It was like I remember Paulie and I having meetings with Lee Hammer, being like, we don't know what to do with this guy.
I don't know what to do.
Well, can somebody call him? Can somebody call him 10 minutes before he comes on with us and wake him up?
I think that's when they actually made the switch and said, you know what? You guys are done with Bill Miller. Here's Brent Main instead. Yeah. And Brent Main was amazing. Brent Main was so freaking cool. I would love to track down Brent Main and find out where he is. Last I heard, I think he was in Colorado, like living the retired life. But he was a really, really cool dude. And he was a surfer. I remember that about Brent Main, backup catcher for the Giants, when it was him and Brian Johnson. That was a tandem. But Brent Main was a great, great radio guest.
Main was great. And also, I want to say, by the way, that was Miriam, the M7 Super. That was Miriam. So, Miriam, thank you for the super. I just wanted to recognize that it was Miriam. So, and also, I have a note here. We got to get in touch with Ted Robinson. Paulie, we have a note.
I know. I want to get Peacock back on the show too. Now that the college football playoff is more or less set, dude. I want to talk to Patrick and get Peacock back on the show.
Get his take about Lane Kiffin. I'm sure he's got plenty of opinions about Lane Kiffin.
I want Peacock on Lane Kiffin. And Tony, I've never even asked you this, and we still haven't gotten to the Niners in Cleveland, so make sure we do that very soon. But dude, how do you feel about I'm serious too. We've never talked about this. I watched Damon Bruce like jumping up and down like a little boy all weekend. But how do you feel about Indiana now being this undefeated juggernaut, and I think they're gonna play Ohio State? Is that right? You guys, are they gonna play
what really ticks me off about Indiana, Paulie, is the quarterback.
No, tell me.
The quarterback for Indiana was a Cal Bear, and he left. He went into the portal.
Really?
Yeah, Mendoza, man. He was a Cal Bear too. Okay. And he was a damn good quarterback for the Bears, and then he left, and now he's leading Indiana. And it's like, I'm bittersweet because I'm happy for Indiana and I'm happy for guys like D. Bruce, but then I'm also just ticked off because he should be doing that in the blue and gold up there in Berkeley. And by the way, shout out to the Cal Bears beating SMU 38-35. Big upset for the Cal Bears. Dude, how do you lose? Well, I know how you lose to Stanford because it's the big game and you throw all that out the window in the big game. They lose to Stanford, then they come back and beat SMU. It's just crazy because SMU, I think, was ranked 23rd. They beat a 19th or 18th ranked Louisville earlier in the season. So there's promise for the Bears, but this Sagapolutelli, lefty stud freshman quarterback, he's going to be gone. He's not going to come back to Cal next year. So it's really sad, this whole transfer portal thing. It really pisses me off because you get attached to a player and all of a sudden they're gone. So,
by the way, speaking of Cal Bear products, your buddy there, Mr. Ayahuasca Boy, looks like his career is coming to a kind of a crawling stop. Maybe we're going to be done with him once and for all. I think it's over for Aaron Rodgers, buddy. You know what? Speaking of that, too, there's so much we're trying to catch up on after being off the air for several days. Dude, now they're saying Mikey Tomlin is on the hot seat in Pittsburgh, and he's been there for, I think, since 03. Is that right, you guys? 02, 03. It's been there a very, very long time. But Mikey Tomlin, he's never had a losing season, but it sounds like the drums are starting to beat. They might be looking for a new coach, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone as well.
As we like to say sometimes, Paulie, time has come today.
Time! Yeah.
As much as I respect and appreciate Mike Tomlin, it might be time for a change because it's been a long time, and he makes the playoffs almost every year, but they're usually one and done. And I don't know, maybe it's time for a change, and they might need just a whole revamp the whole I don't know, the whole franchise basically. So
yeah, they've been the
I like Tomlin. I say that with a ton of respect and appreciation and admiration for his career. It's just, it might be time. And the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, like, yes, I've been like, it's fun to just watch that.
He looks like he is. He's a guy in his 40s trying to hang on to his career, and he's not the guy he used to be. I'm sure in his head he thinks he still is, but he's not physically on the field. You see it. He just can't do the things he used to do, like anybody aging in the NFL in their 40s. And he's had a great career. Honestly, all the sarcasm aside, like Aaron Rodgers, he's going right to the Hall of Fame. Incredibly talented quarterback. But I think
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish
if he continues to hang around and be a lesser version of himself, I just think that's like it's not a good way to end your career. You have to know when to walk away, and I think that time has kind of come for Rodgers. He just looks kind of ineffective out there at this point.
Could you imagine being Mike Tomlin? He's sitting in his office, and all of a sudden he gets a call, and this is what he hears on the other end.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I'd be like, I'm on another call.
Aaron.
I'll call you back.
Yeah. But Beat LA has a great point that Tomlin could say, you basically force-fed me Aaron Rodgers this year.
Right.
And this is what we're going with. And maybe they give him another year because of that. I don't know. But then I don't know. Are they going to go with Justin Fields? And is that the future of the franchise either? I don't know. It's interesting. All these quarterbacks that, I don't know, like the people were big on Shedeur Sanders. I'm like, I did not see anything yesterday that told me that Shedeur Sanders is going to be a successful NFL quarterback. I really
weird about Shedeur Sanders, and perfect. Let's get into it. We've danced around this long enough. I want to talk about the Niners getting it done, 26-8. They get to win in Cleveland. Hey, listen, I know it's the Cleveland Browns, but this time of year, I will take it. You take those wins any way you can get them, and they need every one of them. The fact that the Niners are 9-4. We just talked about Mike Tomlin. I think a lot of credit needs to go to Kyle Shanahan for this season. He's done a remarkable job with kind of not only competing with what he's got, but winning ball games like yesterday with what he's got. I thought Brock Purdy looked much, much better than we saw last week against Carolina. So he kind of calmed my nerve there. And there were so many positives yesterday, like the Sky Moore punt return, the 66-yard punt return, like special teams had a great day. Defense had a great day. The offense had a great day. The coaching staff was great. I thought yesterday was a really kind of complete win. Not ideal conditions, obviously, excuse me, in the cold and the wind and the damp field and all that. I got to tell you, there were a lot of positives. Brock Purdy looked good to very good at times, kind of really good handle on the game plan. He showed a lot of mobility yesterday, so I wasn't that worried about the toe. He moved around, and now they have a bye week. So this is like the perfect time. You guys kind of re-energize, come back healthy in 2 weeks for the back end. And there's got some tough games coming up, Tony. They got the Tennessee Titans, but they are going to have to play, dare I say, the hottest team in the NFC, the Chicago Bears, dude. They are for effing real. Brace yourself for the Bears.
And Paulie,
Utah, give me 2.
I got two things for you. First of all,
Sure.
follower 795, I think it is. Thank you for pointing out. I totally forgot that Justin Fields is no longer a Steeler. He's a Jet, and I mentioned him as taking over for the Steelers. It's definitely not going to be the Mason Rudolph era.
I think that's who's left. I think it is Mason Rudolph. I mean, if they don't play Rodgers, he's going to be the guy for now.
Right, but I don't see it.
That ain't going anywhere. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So follower 795, thank you for the reminder. And then also, Paulie, I got to tip my cap for the Niners for pulling off that Sky Moore trade back in the day. Because remember when they traded him, I was excited about it because I knew for a fact that at the very least he'd add to the special teams. But dude, the Niners gave away a 6th round pick in 2027, and they got Sky Moore and a 7th round pick in 2027 back. So like that was a great trade for the Niners. And dude, the fact that we have like a threat for as a kick returner and punt returner is very exciting, because that can be a game changer in the postseason. Like it can really flip the table in a game, in a very, very tight game. That could be a huge factor. You know what I don't need though, Paulie? I don't need Matt Gay doinking field goals. Okay.
Well, let's be kind to Matty Gay. Matty Gay is he's out there, he's trotting out, he's doing the best he can. Matty Gay, I'm okay with Matty Gay for now. Like, listen, it went in. That's all I need. He went in, it hit the upright and it went in. I want to stay on special teams for a second, because you're right about this, Tony. They can play a huge role in the postseason. And to be honest, as great as Shanahan's been in his tenure in San Francisco, I don't think the special teams have been good to very good for quite some time. And it's great to see them kind of rising up. So we talked about the Sky Moore return. Let's also talk about the muffed punt from Cleveland. When they fumbled the punt and we get the ball right back, Niners score 7. They turned that into 7 points yesterday.
That's so also a testament to Sky Moore and him like catching those punts successfully. Like they talked about it on the broadcast, how in the pregame, they were, practicing catching punts, and it was not an easy task. So yes, there's your mulligan, Matt Gay. There's your doink mulligan. Okay,
well, it's not a mulligan. I mean, he made the kick went in.
I know, but he still doinked it, dude. Like, come on, man. And it was. I don't know. It wasn't that far of a kick either.
I don't want to pick on Matty Gay today. I really don't. Matty Gay
and
I.
Yeah, but I got to say, the fact that again that they are 9-4 with all of this, dude, is just amazing. Right. And how about our guy Cleveland Ferrell, dude? 9 tackles, 2 sacks. I mean, 2 sacks.
Dude, he's had 4 sacks since he came to San Francisco. He has 4 sacks now as a Niner. 2 yesterday, big 96, dude, just making plays. I am officially a Cleveland. I'm a Farrell head, Tony. Whether it's Perry Farrell or Cleveland, I'm a Farrell head.
What about Will? Does Will get a nod?
He's not. He's involved as well. Yes. He's part of it.
By the way, NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC says, I bet Matt Gay likes cranberry.
I just saw that. Nice, dude. Nice, NorCal. I bet he does too. He's a reasonable guy. Me and Matty Gay, we're going to get along fine. But Cleveland Farrell had a great game yesterday. 4 sacks total, like we said, since coming to San Francisco. 2 yesterday. And again, for a defensive line that has had a lot of problems getting to the quarterback for the first half of the season, it is great to see them finally getting home. And that's one thing, going back to your original comment about Shedeur Sanders, I thought, tell me if you picked this up, or maybe this is just my eyes. I thought Shedeur Sanders looked a little, not lackadaisical, but he looked a little slow in the pocket, like almost too relaxed. Like he'll take a snap and he'll just kind of hang out. He's not really moving his feet. Like Bill Walsh put that in my head when I was a kid. He goes, if you want to watch any quarterback, the first thing you got to look at is the way they move their feet. That will tell you everything you need to know about the quarterback. And Shedeur Sanders, he does have speed, but when he's got the ball in the pocket, he just kind of stands flat-footed. It's really weird, and he doesn't move his feet at all. So I don't know. Did you pick up on that?
Paulie, cue up the Do It Right, Dancing You Through the Night shadow dancing, right? Because I feel like
Tony, give me more, drive me across the floor. I think give me more, drive me across the floor, shadow dancing. Dude, I'll back shadow dancing. I'll back it. I really will.
How about the You got to give love to the
Yeah.
Dude, I felt like on the other side of the ball, I agreed about what you're saying about Shedeur Sanders. I wasn't impressed by him at all. But the Cleveland O-line isn't exactly a good O-line either, because the Niners were in Shedeur's face most of the game, and the Niners don't have exactly like a tremendous D-line. It's decent, but it's not great. But I also got to say, on the other side of the ball, Brock freaking Purdy shadow dancing, dude. The guy, I mean, we're going to have to get to studs and duds at some point here soon in the program.
I know we will momentarily. Yes.
Okay. Well, then we'll talk about Purdy there in a moment if I just didn't just throw my hand. But Paulie, hang on.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Escobar the third, aka Cheeks. He says, sorry I'm late. Thanks for the super Escobar. He says, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Glad to be back. Can't wait till Friday. Hashtag smash the like button. Hashtag defund the playoffless Chiefs, dude.
How great is it, Escobar? How great is it that they are now one of the teams, quote, that is just in the hunt? Oh, it's the I told you guys before the season started. I'm not a big predictor. I'm not Nostradamus or anything, but I said this at the beginning of the year before the NFL played one game of this season. I said two things I'm going to So I said two things I'm certain of this year. And I said, one, the Chargers are going to win more games than the Chiefs this year. I put my rep on the line for that. And I said they will also beat the Chiefs, which they did opening night. They beat the Chiefs. And I was right. They have been winning. They will win more games than the Chiefs. And it's funny to hear like all these like ESPN voices and Collinsworth and Tony Romo, who, by the way, Tony Romo can't wait to just tear the clothes right off of Mahomes and start making out with him. Yeah. I mean, that's how like urgent his love for Mahomes is. He's like, take that shirt off so I can start oiling you up right now. Like he talks about Mahomes when he's not even calling a Chiefs game. Like Romo can't stop talking about Mahomes. But anyway, I'm telling you right now.
Did you see the refs also try and bail Mahomes out on a third down the sideline, and then they picked up the flag? They threw the flag, and then
I might not have seen that actually because there was dinner going on around that time. So no, I don't think I did. Fill me in.
They threw a flag on a totally legit hit on. It wasn't even a take the 15 kind of a hit. It was
he running with the ball or was he in the
running
pocket?
with the ball, doing his thing down the sideline, and then here come the flags. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I was losing it. And then all of a sudden, thank God, the head official, he came over and said, I don't know what he said, but he basically said, you're going to pick up that flag.
Dude, I'm telling you, now you see the result of what happens when the league is not protecting the Chiefs the way they have in the past. They look ordinary to me. I mean, they look entirely ordinary out there. So the fact that the Chiefs might not make the playoffs is it just overjoys me. And you know what else would be nice though? Let's say they do squeak in as like a wild card. How about they go to some cold weather city? I know Kansas City's got the cold climate too, but go to some cold weather city and just lose in the first round. That would be satisfying too, wouldn't it? Watching them go home after a first round playoff loss because they usually have home field. Let's see how good the Chiefs are when they got to go on the road in January. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's watch the Kingdom Part 2 when they don't make the playoffs. Can you make a series about that? That's going
to be the Kingdom Part 2 is going to be all about Taylor Swift dumping Travis Kelce. I've been trying to spread that around. My mom's like, I don't really care. I'm like, Mom, she's going to dump him. You know, and my wife was like, why are you always talking about this? I'm like, because I hate these people. I got to get this out there. I know it's like I'm obsessed with hating Mahomes. I realize that. I do. I need psychological help. But I'm telling you right now,
Season 2 of the Kingdom is going to be the Chiefs not making the playoffs and Taylor and Travis all off their engagement.
She's going to dump his ass, his in the hunt ass. After 12 games, dude, they're not 10-2, they're 6-6, and I'm telling you, Taylor Swift is not going to roll with a tight end who doesn't even make the playoffs. I'm just calling it right now.
Totally, dude. And by the way, Agency 323, I see out there, he or she says, sweet weekend with Rams, Eagles, and Chiefs losing. And the Lions too, dude. Oh, by the way,
go ahead,
dude, can we just tip our collective caps at a real halftime show? Jack White, Eminem in Detroit. Instruments being played, lyrics being sung, rappers actually rapping on the mic, no lip syncing. It was a phenomenal halftime show. I watched it back 2 more times. I'm like, this is what put that at Levi's Stadium in February. Don't give me this. I loved every second of that halftime show, man. It was
I did
so
too.
fun.
I did too. Shout out to, and it's a great way to just kind of acknowledge like the recently great musicians to come from Detroit, like Eminem and Jack White. And Jack White, really interesting guy. Even if you're not a fan, like he's just a really interesting, unusual dude. And he's all about them. And I had the same reaction. I'm like, holy yes, look at this. That's a guitar. I was like, I couldn't believe we got a guy with a guitar, and his guitar actually had the wire. It was plugged in. I'm like, this is insane. We got live music happen. I had the same reaction, actually, Tony, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
Me too. And I've always been a Jack White fan.
And I like Eminem too. Respect to that kid, Eminem. Yeah.
Eminem was fantastic. And but Jack White, check out his work with the Raconteurs, man. That band, I need another album from them, by the way, because everything they put out is freaking fantastic. But he also has Third Man Records in Nashville that he started out, and it's basically his own vinyl pressing plant at his home, where he has a recording studio. And he's
can I just jump in and add something to what you're saying? Because Joe Cool 84 right now is saying exactly what you just said. He goes, Tony, if you're ever in Detroit, check out Third Man Records.
Oh, it's in Detroit and Nashville. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Okay, that's good to know, because I know there was one in Nashville, but it's in Detroit. That makes sense. That's his hometown. I was rooting for Detroit, obviously, on Thanksgiving, but I got to say, Green Bay, they came and freaking Micah Parsons, man. What a game he had on Thanksgiving Day. My goodness. But I got to say, that halftime show, I was like, oh, I'm going to walk away. And then I see Jack White walking. I literally stopped in my tracks, turned around, sat on the couch. I'm like, this. And I texted you right away saying, I hope you're seeing this.
I did. I loved it. And it was really great. And, I want to say one more thing about Jack White. And when he did this, he really won me over. Not that he needed to. I already kind of was a fan of his. But when Eddie Van Halen passed away that week, Jack White was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. And I thought this was so cool. You can probably find this on YouTube if you look for it. He didn't say anything about Eddie passing away. He just went up and played a song. But in the middle of the song he was playing, he took his guitar, which I believe was an Eddie Van Halen model guitar. I think he was playing one of Eddie's guitars. Nice. And he started like doing all the finger tapping stuff in the middle of the song like Eddie does. And here's what's cool about that. He didn't say a word. He didn't be like, hey, here's my tribute to Eddie. He just did it. He just started playing like Eddie Van Halen right in the middle of the track. And it was such a really cool tribute. And when he did that, I'm like, that was a really classy move right there. And it was like he was tipping his cap to Eddie without saying a word about acknowledging it. But it was a very heartfelt musical moment that I loved.
And that's just the heart of Jack White, man. And also, another recommendation, if you haven't seen It Might Get Loud.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, with The Edge and Jimmy Page. Yeah.
The Edge, Jimmy Page, and Jack White just basically talking shop for a couple hours. It's freaking phenomenal. And yes, Will Sparks, I see you in the chat. Real instruments being played and real vocals coming out of a microphone. What a concept.
That's what live music. I know. Imagine that's what live music. And by the way, Will Sparks also, I hope to see you on Friday, Will Sparks. He said that when you're talking about great ferals, you guys, you got to go back because we're talking about Cleveland Farrell. He's on the list of great ferals of all time. Tony said Will Ferrell, comedian. I got to throw Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction on there. And then Will Sparks goes, guys, don't forget about Sierra Farrell. 100%. 100%. We got the foursome now. We got the four greatest Farrells of all time. Sierra Farrell is a badass. Dude, we saw her up at Sound Summit a couple of years ago.
And by the way, Paulie, later on in the week, we'll do it on the night flight. I want to promote a holiday gig that Will's daughter in December. It's gonna be fun. Oh, and Robot Centaur says, when will we get an all AI halftime show? My dude,
great call. Right, probably pretty soon. Unfortunately, probably pretty soon. Tony, I want to do a stellar design read. And then I want to get into our studs and duds, which will feature some more 49er talk, among other things. But Stellar Design, this is our great friend Don Peralta, who has been just an amazing part of the PMP Familia this first year of our launch. He's been incredible. What an asset and what a friend. What a great guy he is. Shout out to Dom's brother, Joey. By the way, I want more Joey Peralta, dude. Any chance I get Joey at the Christmas party? I hope so. Shout out Bob Dylan's song, Joey. And I'll send that one for your brother. All right. Anyway, Stellar Design.
Hold on a second. There's another band, Joey. Baby, God, who sings that? It's a female singer. I gotta look it up. Sorry, Paul.
While you're looking that up, by the way, I should give a little more background on it. So Bob Dylan has a song called Joey that he wrote in 1975, and it's about the mobster, Crazy Joe Gallo. It's about Joey Gallo, and Bob Dylan actually took a lot of grief for writing that song. Why is he writing about a mafia guy? Why is he like making this mafia guy some kind of hero? But the song Joey is about Crazy Joe Gallo. Look it up sometime. Yeah.
Probably also too. By the way, Concrete Blonde is the band that did. Yeah. But also, Paulie, Marky Graves. Let's get to this first. Marky Graves is a super. So stand by if you don't mind, Paulie. I'm going to play this one more time.
Trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Sorry, I missed it. Anyways, Marky Graves, great to see you. I can't find it right now, but I'll get to it. I promise I'll get to your super. Thank you so much. Paulie, I dove into, I think it's episode 3 of the Scorsese doc about the guy Sally, who
the guy who freaking inspired De Niro in Mean Streets. Bro, he's still alive. I know. He's like, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what I did. No, that guy, he's amazing. No, that guy, amazing, dude. Give me your impressions. I love him. I love the guy.
He's got the gold rimmed glasses. He's got the veneers.
Shirts all unbuttoned. Yeah.
Buttoned down to the belly button. And he's got to be in his 70s.
Easily in his 70s. Yeah.
And he's got like the Florida tan. It was, I could not believe my eyes. And listening to, he's like, I can't tell you about that. I can't talk about that. Yeah. Well, I'd rather not talk about that. It's like, this guy. Yeah, of course we did. Yeah. It's like, man. So anyways, if Paulie recommended this before, but I recommend it too. Martin Scorsese. It's a 5-part documentary. I'm on part 3 right now. My goodness, it's
incredible. Every episode is freaking amazing. Did you get to the part where he was like doing cocaine with Robbie Robertson and almost died and all this? I don't know. I was like, we were living in the house together. He was like, I was getting divorced. He was getting divorced. We just sat around and did coke for like a year, like up in the Hollywood Hills somewhere. And they show Robbie Robertson. Dude, he looks like he's all half dead. He's like, what's up? He's like all pale. Yeah, it was insane. Yeah,
exactly. Don Peralta, the cocaine train. And Scorsese, to his credit, goes, what can I say? I liked it.
Yeah, he's like, no, I like coke. I like to do a lot of coke. I did coke with Robbie. Dude, he talks like 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's like, we were in the hills. We were doing coke. All right. Anyway, let me go back to Stella. I know. No, good diversion though. Good diversion. All right. Stellar Design. This is the San Francisco-based Bay Area industrial design studio shaping the future of product innovation. I want to talk about Goha today, the great plant cleaning tool that we all love. We're keeping that one away from rags, although maybe rags, if you're good for Christmas, I'll send you one. The Goha has been featured in Wired magazine and will also be at Hella Plants Holiday Market. That will be on December 13th. In fact, there is a link. Tony, any chance you could put that link up if you have it? While you're looking for that, I'll tell you that they do at Stellar. They create award-winning design with meaningful connections between people, product, and brand. And whether you are an individual with an idea, maybe you have a startup company, maybe you're one of the big guys, a Fortune 500 company, Stellar can work with all of you guys and offer a partnership to achieve out-of-this-world design. Visit stellar.design and make design impact. If you have a specific idea for Dom, here's his address, Dominic@stellar.design. Dominic@stellar.design. And there is the is this the Goha tea? Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Yeah, this is the best. This is Goha Plant Care. I have some of these thanks to Dom, and they actually, my plants, they're very happy. And look at that. See how it keeps the plants clean. What a great idea, because the dust that settles on these plants, and I didn't even pay attention to it until Dom gave me the leaf care system, I want to call it, the smarter plant care. And I was like, oh boy, man, I have neglected these poor plants. And I've had these plants, a couple of them, since college. So I take good care of them, but nowhere near as good care as I can with the Goha leaf care. So to tip of the cap to Dom Peralta, Stellar Design, and Goha, because it's a great idea. And they give you you can buy, you can wash those covers. And they have different types of covers as well you can get for different types of feels that for different plants. Because you have the snake plant you saw there.
Yep.
The thicker and more robust probably need a thicker cover. And then you have the gentle plants where you can't get as you can't be as rigorous with it in your cleaning. So
Good
go
work.
hard.
Rigorous. Yeah, I like that, Tony. And by the way, I want to let everybody know, if you'd like more information about the Hella Plants Holiday Market, again, in Oakland on December 13th, all you need to do is go to this website, go to thehellaplantsmarket.com. Let me say that again. Thehellaplantsmarket.com. That's all the information about the Goha and about the holiday market in Oakland on the 13th of December. We say thank you so much, Don Peralta, for supporting the show. And wait till you guys see what we have cooked up for Friday. Holy S. Dom, myself, Tony, and Patty have all been kind of working together behind the scenes on some stuff for this Friday. Let me just tell you this. At the party on Friday, we're going to have either throughout the night, or we'll do it in one clip, but we're going to have some awards, the first annual PMP year-end awards, and we have some awards we're going to be giving out, and they're really celebrating you guys. These are not about us. This is about the PMP Familia, the PMP Army. So some of you in the Army are going to be winning awards on Friday, and Dom has been working around the clock for some of these visual enhancements. I'll kind of leave it there, but you guys are going to flip when you see what Dom has come up with. He's gone. I mean, he's outdone himself this time. So will be revealed on Friday. But Dom and I and Patty and Tony have been working around the clock. In fact, Tony, there is a super from Patty from Napa right now, if we want to give her some love.
Yeah, definitely. And I just wanted to show real quick the Hella Plants Market. They're talking. There it is, the Jack London Holiday Market on December 13th. That's where Goha will be featured. And it says, join us at the Hella Plants Holiday Market, a day of lush plants, hands-on workshops, and festive vibes at Jack London Square. If you go to thehellaplantsmarket.com, you can click on right there. You click on for tickets. You can get there and to get yourself a Goha plant care system, Paulie. So, and then I can get to the supers. Before we get to Patty, I want to go scroll back real quick. And if we can go to, see, guys, we got some supers that need to pop up here. I mentioned Mark Graves, and he is where did it go?
I don't know what you're looking for. You're looking for gravy?
Yeah, because he was a super, and I want to give him
where'd it go? I don't know where it went.
Stand by.
I'm not going anywhere.
There he is, right there. He says, change your handle name. 1 click on your avatar. 2. Oh, okay. This is good for everybody. Okay, this is good because you know how like I didn't know Miriam was Miriam because it said M7. It was like her YouTube handle.
And by the way, shout out to Gravy's new Boston image there in the icon. That looks pretty badass. Yeah,
I would put that up as one of the greatest albums ever made of all time. Just top 10 maybe of all time. I'm
not arguing. I'm not. What do you want? Smoking? Keep on token? I'm in.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, come on. But he says, here's how you change your handle name. Number 1, click on your avatar. Number 2, click on YouTube Studio. Number 3, click on customization. Number 4, change your name in the handle section. Number 5, then hit publish. So Marky Graves, that is a very important super. Thank you for doing it as a super. And that's if everybody just maybe take a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Or I can say one more time, I'll say it. Number 1, click on your avatar. Number 2, click on YouTube Studio. Number 3, click on customization. Number 4, click change your name in the handle section. And number 5, hit publish. So thank you, Marky Graves. Then we've got Steve Groschel is a super. And he says, shout out Farrell's Ice Cream at Ceremony, dude. Yes. And there was a Farrell's Ice Cream in San Mateo as well. So shout out Farrell's Ice Cream. Great for team parties growing up as a kid. Grosh, I know you must have been at those parties. Escobar is another super. He says, don't forget Farrell's Ice Cream. Oh, dude, check it out. So Escobar knows, and he says, Bad Bunny has a salsa band.
Nice.
Los Piñeros de la Cresta backing him like a true Puerto Rican should. Nice. Well, I
Dude.
hope to see them at Levi's Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I say. Tell them to bring the band, bro. Tell them to bring the freaking band. I want the whole thing. Give me the, and I'm talking Latin infused, bro. Give me the timbales. I'm a big timbales fan. You know who used to have timbales, by the way, was Neil Peart of Rush. He had 2 timbales right next to his snare drum. He used to use them like in Xanadu. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. I love the crack of a timbale. So, yeah, no, Escobar, I'm all in. Tell him to bring his band. I back that 1,000,000%.
Paulie Carter Beaufort of Dave Matthews Band has timbales up there.
You got to have timbales. Yeah. All the guys in Santana have timbales. You got a lot of timbales and Oye Como Va, for example, if you like timbales. I used to, yes, go ahead, T.
I just want to say, I didn't watch much of the Thanksgiving Day Parade, but when I tuned in, it was the Buena Vista Social Club doing a phenomenal live music hit on, on the parade route. It was, I don't know the name of the song. I don't know, but it had me. I was like, I was flipping through. I'm like, oh, I'll check out the parade for a second. It's like, ooh. And it was Buena Vista Social Club. I saw them way back in the day at Yoshi's, man. Phenomenal outfit. If you ever get a chance to see Buena Vista Social Club, check them out.
Couple things here. Now we've opened up Pandora's box now. First of all, Rising Wolf goes, Bill Graham loved timbales. Awesome, dude. Bill Graham for life. And you know who we're forgetting? The legendary, I had her poster on my wall in college. Swear to God, the great Sheila E. Dude, she'll just stand at the timbales and go crazy. I love it's just the sound of a timbale is so badass. Okay. Patty. Yes.
Dub City's a super. Also, what's up, Dub City? Thank you for the super. He says the live version of Joey is my favorite song Dylan performed with the Dead on their tour in '87. A highly underrated tour. Damn, dude. Great call.
Yeah, how about that? The Grateful Dead would do like a full Dead show, and then they would come back for a third set where there would be Bob Dylan's band. I mean, what the hell? What the hell kind of gig is that? That's like an all-day. If I remember that show, too. I remember when that went through New Jersey at Giant Stadium. But 100% Dub City. That version of Joey, I think, is on the live album. I think that has been released officially, so you can check that out. But then again, the song is about Crazy Joe Gallo. He's the guy that got gunned down at Humberto's Clam House, Tony, in The Irishman. That's Crazy Joe Gallo, that guy that got shot there. True
By the
story.
way, I might have to dive back into The Irishman, man. That movie got slammed because it was so long. I thought it was really good, man.
I think it's a great film. It is long, but dude, you set the time aside and it's, take your time. It's a great piece of work, man.
Dude, how about real quick? How about back to the Scorsese doc? How about the fact that New York was like 5 hours long. The first edits were 5 hours, and he was making people.
I showed him the first cut. It was 5 hours long. They didn't like that. That's just too long. I know. He's like, I started making it up as I went. I'm making it up. I don't know what's going on. There's no dialogue, dude. And I love the way he talks so fast. He's like so manic. And then at the end, well, I don't want to give the end away, but you'll see he's still as manic now as he's ever been. God bless the guy.
So good.
And then
Patty. Yeah, Patty. Dub City, thank you for the super. And Patty,
thank you, Dub City.
Super. Cheers to Mark Gravy. Follow his instructions. Also, cranberry sauce rules. And don't forget, and Estelle, the biscuit lady, might be joining us on December 5th.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the biscuit in the basket. Taste the biscuit. Yeah, whatever.
It's that honey sauce, right? I don't like it when it messes with my chicken wings. Okay.
Yeah. Something very sultry about the biscuit lady. Rags might be flying out. If she attends, maybe that'll be the final push Rags needs.
Dude, the way she spoke directly to Rags about tasting the biscuit. Tasting the biscuit every day. If you can taste the biscuit every day, it's just amazing. Well, maybe we should play that maybe on Thursday before our Friday show, just to revisit the greatness of Estelle, also known as the Biscuit Lady.
And thank you, Patty from Napa. We love you. And last thing I want to say, Tony, is, and we'll go to Studs and Duds. I want to shout out Stevie B, my main man. Hope to see you on Friday, Stevie B. He goes, Paulie, shout out to your Nirvana record in the background, In Utero. Good eye. I will tell you, that's my favorite Nirvana record, too, and that's when I saw them. I saw them when they were touring on that record at the – Stevie B, you'll love this. I saw them at the Roseland Ballroom, bro, in New York City in 93. Rags with Gene Cronin, by the way, okay? Gene Cronin got me the ticket for that show. That's one of our old friends in Jersey. So me and Gene went – phenomenal. They were amazing that night, and Stevie B, good eye catching that Nirvana record. Okay.
Tony, I'm going to email Estelle. Because Patty said that we now have her email address. I'm going to email her and really put the heat on, see if she can come on December 5th. I think she doesn't realize the the warm welcome she would get if she walked in the room.
We'll pass her around like the Stanley Cup, dude. We'll hold her above the crowd. We'll just prance her around the room. No, 100%, dude. She'll be like a folk hero entering the room. It'd be great to have her.
Totally. So yeah, we'll work on that. We'll work on Caroline and Mike this week, maybe for a Thursday hit, maybe Polly. And also programming note, because we're not doing a show on Friday, we will do our hot and sour picks on Thursday. And we will also do the musical assignment on Thursday as well this week coming up.
Right.
Week.
I have some ideas. Real quick, I forgive me. Do we have a guest sponsor for music assignment this Thursday or no?
No, because we kept this Friday off the books because we didn't have a show, and you and I will just do one this Thursday.
Okay. Yeah.
And also on that note, if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, Bonnie, aka Scarlet Fire, is going to sponsor the Show Us Your Stubs ticket stubs segment this coming Wednesday night on our night flight. And if you want to sponsor any of our benchmark segments, the musical assignment, bookmarks, Tony's top 3, hot and sour picks, or studs and duds, or Show Us Your Stubs, any of those, you can go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles. Please click the like button while you're there and subscribe if you'd like. And then you can click the links right below our bio, and you can go to the merch page and sign up for any of those segments to sponsor.
Thank you so much. A robot centaur at the PNP Sports Desk, always doing the Lord's work. He goes, guys, I've already reached out to Carolina Mike. He's viewed my message. Stand by for confirmation. Thank you, brother. You are the man. At the Sports Desk is all yours. That is the Fareed Sports Desk. All right, Tony. Here's what I want to do. I want to do studs and duds. But I also want to just shout out a couple of not random, but other 49ers who I thought need at least a mention after a great performance yesterday. I want to shout out Malik Mustafa. He just seemed to be all over the field yesterday making plays, Mustafa, and he's had a good, solid year. So shout out to Mustafa. Also, D. Winters, same kind of thing. D. Winters, with the absence of Fred Warner, I think he's really stepped in and he's shown all of us that he can compete and make plays at that level. We already talked about Cleveland Farrell with the two.
Paulie, hold on, before you move on, that fourth down where they stopped Judkins, where Jordan Elliott and Mustafa filled the hole and stopped him on that fourth down. That was a huge play.
Huge. Yep.
I also thought, I don't know. I didn't think Cleveland needed to go for it on that fourth down. I thought it was kind of an odd play call, but I was like, when they stuffed that, I was like, ooh, that was badass. And that's the Mustafa that I was so excited to get back when he came back off the injured list, man. And then he had another tackle on Judkins out in the flat where it was basically if Judkins got past Mustafa, he might have been down the sideline, but he had met him in the flat, basically at the line of scrimmage, and he went nowhere. It was a great play. And really good to see Mustafa playing some good ball because they need him down the stretch, man.
Yep, and he's had a really nice year. And we mentioned Cleveland Farrell. I do want to say I put Brock Purdy in there too. I thought Brock looked great yesterday, 2 touchdowns. And then I want to just mention one last guy. Certainly nothing critical, but I look at Christian McCaffrey's numbers again yesterday. Tony, another heavy workload day for CMC. He carried the ball 20 times. He only got 53 yards to show for it. Cleveland does have a good defense. We all saw that yesterday. They can clog the lanes. So again, if there's I'm glad the bye week has come at this time because he did a lot of heavy lifting yesterday. Again, 20 carries for 53. I don't know. Any comments on CMC?
They are hard, tough yards.
He gets knocked around big time. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like it doesn't look good on paper, but man, those yards are tough yards that he's getting. And my love for him and the way he attacks, he never takes a play off, man. No. And like my uncle Paul Tonelli has told me for my days of playing high school football, he goes, the play that you decide to take off in football is when you will get your bell rung, or you might even get injured. You can never take a play off, man. And I'm just like, God. And by the way, speaking of never taking a play off, can I go on the other side of the football, Paulie, and just also that kid Quinshawn Judkins?
Yes,
is for real, dude. That kid is a stud running back. I got to say, the fact that the Niners kept him under 100 yards, 23 carries, 91 yards, that kid has got a bright future. And then also, dude, Myles Garrett, 19 sacks already, dude. And the fact that the Niners, this is going to lead me to, let's go to studs and duds first because I'll talk about this in studs and duds.
All right.
But yeah, there are a lot of Niners that the special teams we talked about, defensive we talked about. Upton Stout looked good again.
He did. Yes.
Bryce Huff looked good again. Just lot of positives in that game, and that weather, man, dude, the freezing cold, and just very, very happy to get out of there with a win and get out of there 9-4, Paulie. 9-4.
Incredible. No, not. And again, I really want to give Shanahan and his staff a lot of credit for this season. I think you have to, because what they're doing, what they've done in a shorthanded fashion this year. I mean, you got to give them credit. You got to acknowledge the great job that this coaching staff has done, and I'm happy to do that. So I'm going to do my stud and dud. Then I'll throw it over to you. We should probably wrap after that. It's getting late, so I'll go my stud and dud. Tony will go his stud and dud, and we'll let you guys go, and we'll meet again tomorrow. But for starters, my stud, and I got to say, I mentioned this earlier in the show just in passing, but I want to say just the return of Joe Burrow was my stud number one. This kid comes back. He looks great. He throws for 261 yards. They get the 32-14 win over the Ravens. He throws 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And if you watched the post-game interview with Joe Burrow on the field, he almost broke down. He got emotional. He was like just talking about how much it means to him to be on the field, competing with his guys. And as crazy as this sounds, and Dallas is in a similar thing, the Cincinnati Bengals are actually alive. They do have a shot. There is a path for them to make it to the postseason. They're 2 games out with 5 to play. And now you got Joe Burrow back under center. I think anything's possible. So I just want to shout out my first Joe Burrow for being just a rock star. By the way, Rags, Troy Aikman's favorite quarterback is Joe Burrow. He says it all the time. And that's because Troy Aikman is smart. He's not going to be seduced by the Muppets' antics. He knows what a real quarterback looks like, and it looks like Joe Burrow. So, and then dude, what was it, like the white fur coat he had on after the game? You talk about drip. That kid's got drip, but when he does interviews, he's incredibly humble, and his teammates love him. And I love the composure. I love how he's just a winner. I love even when the Muppet was peaking at the peak of the Chiefs' powers, he was like the one guy who wasn't phased. He's like, I'll go into Arrowhead and beat that fool. And he did. So Joe Burrow's return, my first stud, Tony. It was great to see him. I don't know. Any reactions to that?
Dude, and Pine Needle, I thought the exact same thing. Pine Needle says it was so refreshing to hear Joe Burrow say the reason he's playing, even if they are supposedly out of the playoffs, is because of the fans. And he owes it to the fans. And that's, if you've watched the Netflix season 2 of the Netflix series Quarterbacks and the how they focus Burrow, check out the Burrow stuff. It's really good. He seems like just a good dude. And I love that he just has that, a unique fashion sense. And then he says that about he owes it to the fans. He's just a stand-up guy, man. And I root for him. And the NFL is better off with Joe Burrow in it, man. So I'm just like a great call on your stud. I'm thrilled these back. Well, hold on, Paulie.
What can I say? I'm thrilled.
Thank you, Michael Bender. Yeah, John Bender. I mean, yeah.
Thrilled that Burrow's back. So why don't I give my stud and then you give your dud and then I'll give my dud. Let's rotate.
I see. No, I'm kidding, Tony. Yeah, lay it on me, bro. Definitely lay it on me.
My stud, and I'm not going far for this, Paulie, but I'm going to go Brock Purdy. Okay. On paper, okay, 16 of 29 for $168 with 1 TD. That's nothing to write home about, right? But what I loved about Brock Purdy yesterday is he threw the ball away when he was under pressure. And it's like a maturation process we're watching here, where he might have tried to force a pass, might have tried to force a play. He threw the ball away. I think 7 times he threw the ball away. And I was so proud of him for that. He also looked good and mobile. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
And he used his legs and his third down efficiency, dude. The Niners were 11 for 17 on third down. And he threw a dart to Ricky Pearsall on a third down play where I was like, Jesus, that ball had a lot of mustard on it, man. And then he hit Juwan Jennings for a third down.
He made good decisions, is another way of saying it. He made good decisions under pressure. Yeah.
Yes. And it was just, that's why he's my stud this week. The stat line is just average at best, but and also the conditions too. And he said that it was trippy to hear about how he's more concerned about his elbow, right, and keeping his elbow warm during the game, which goes to show you that thing's going to just basically be a factor the rest of his career.
Yeah, like Montana. Montana had the elbow problems for years. Yeah, it happens.
Correct. And so it was just that is my number one stud, Paulie. And then just a tip of the cap to the Cowboys for beating the Chiefs, the Bears for beating the Eagles, and for the Panthers to beat the Rams. Just a tip of the cap to them as my honorable mention studs, because, dude, the Bears, Paulie.
Oh, dude.
47 carries for 281 yards. Hey, when the Niners play the Bears better be ready to shut down that running game.
I tell you what, that Bears offensive line, the more I see them, the more I read about them, the more I hear people talk about them. That is a formidable line. And it's been a long time coming in Chicago. They haven't had a team like this, and they kind of rose up. I don't think a lot of people expected this season, especially with the Detroit Lions and all that. But boy, the Bears are for real, and we're going to see that O-line up close Tony's talking about, and their ability to run the ball. It's a real thing. They got defense, too. This is a pretty good team, Chicago. They're right now, they might be playing the best ball in the NFC. And if you're done, I'll go over to Duds, but I don't want to – if you're still going, finish up.
Well, and you and I talked about this before the show. Honorable mention, too, also to Rags, because I watch – Cowboys football differently now because of our guy Rags. And
so do I. Yeah.
I would have been rooting for the Cowboys against the Chiefs no matter what on Thanksgiving, but I had an extra gusto for the Cowboys on Thursday because of Rags and because they were playing the Chiefs. So, honorable mention to Rags being a Cowboys fan. And dude, by the way, this Thursday, Cowboys Lions, boy, oh boy.
Both teams need it bad. It's really the Lions have been stumbling and bumbling. They need a win bad, and Dallas needs a win bad. Again, Dallas, there is a path for the Dallas Cowboys to win the effing NFC East. How crazy is that? But that's on the table. And if Philly keeps stumbling, dude, and Dallas can see, the thing with Dallas is that offense, dude, they can put points on the board pretty much against anybody. Yeah. So that gives them a real puncher's chance.
And Paulie, wasn't it nice Dak didn't go Dakin?
No, Dak looks like he means business right now. Dak is playing really good, sound football. Like you said about Brock Purdy, he's making good decisions, too. He's not throwing ill-advised passes. He looks pretty dialed in to me, Dak Prescott.
Paulie, do you remember the song, Ain't Nobody Humping Around? Ain't nobody humping around. That was Bobby Brown. That's who it was, Bobby Brown of New Edition fame. But I said, instead of humping around, maybe we should do a Dak Prescott song. Ain't nobody Dakin around, because there was no Dakin. Okay. And when Dak decides there's going to be no Dakin, the Cowboys have a chance.
I'm Dakin. I'm cold Dakin. Shout out Flavor Flav, Cold Lampin'. All right, let me give you my dud. I want to jump in on this because my dud, bro, I got to call one of my kids over here now. It's time for a spanking, and that spanking is going to be administered to, I might even use a ruler on this one, and it's Juwan Jennings, okay?
Oh.
It's freaking Juwan Jennings. He's my dud of the day. Now, Niner fans, I know. He's one of ours. He scored a touchdown yesterday. He's a good wide receiver. Is about as far as I'll go. He's good. I would never call him great. But dude, here's the thing. And I know some Niner fans are going to be like, Paulie Mack, dude, that's not the story of yesterday. The story is that we won the game. Yeah, I know it is. And it was their third win in a row. And now they have a bye and they're 9-4. And I'm as happy as anybody about that. But it was a big enough story that it was a headline news item on ESPN.com last night. Think about that. It was a headline story on the front page of ESPN.com last night. So I'll just give it to you in a nutshell. If you haven't heard about this yet, multiple Cleveland Brown defenders, including Myles Garrett, have all been sharply critical of Juwan Jennings for a variety of comments that he said during the game yesterday, which apparently crossed the line. There are all kinds of unhappy Cleveland Browns yesterday. And rather than have me read their quotes, Tony, go to Bookmarks and pull down I got two items in Bookmarks I want to share. They're about Juwan Jennings, and then I'll let you finish up the show. But enough with this guy. Dude, Juwan Jennings needs to shut his effing mouth. And this one I haven't even seen. I haven't even seen this one. I put other ones in there. But remember last week when Jauan Jennings got punched in the nuts? It was apparently because he can't stop. And apparently the trash he talks is vile. Like he talks about families and mothers and all. He just goes across the line. And guys, the fact that this is now a story in the NFL. Hey, Jauan Jennings, shut your mouth and just play football. Dude, I don't care. I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want this being a bigger story than a Niner win. Now, let's hear what you got here. I haven't even seen this clip yet.
Oh, and also, before I show the clip, hey, Jauan, take notes from your teammates like Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey that just let their play do the talking. Even George Kittle, if he talks trash, it's playful, fun trash talk. It's not this kind of S. So let's hear how the volume is. This is Myles Garrett, by the way. I couldn't be a bigger fan of this guy. Did you see, by the way, when Purdy threw the ball away and Garrett was right in his face and he said, like, come on, bro. And Purdy said, sorry, man, I'm not letting you get in my face, dude. It was good stuff because Garrett was about to just, manhandle Purdy, and Purdy sensed it, which is why he's my stud of the week, because Purdy was getting rid of the football. But here's Myles Garrett after the game talking about Jauan Jennings. He's asked about Jauan Jennings. Here we go. Stand by. Let's see if the volume's okay. It might not be high enough. Hang on.
Well, I can't speak for how he was raised.
I might bang this one, Tony. I don't think anyone's going to be able to hear that, but that's okay. That's okay. Go back to the bookmarks.
Well, I'll tell you what he says. He says, I can't tell you how anybody was raised, but I was raised that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And he's kind of going off on Jauan Jennings. But here, I'll go to other bookmarks. Hang on one sec.
I put two in there about Jauan Jennings today. So this is
last
year.
Let's go to this one first. And then we'll go to last year. How about that?
All right, now this is gonna be Shelby Harris. This is defensive tackle with Cleveland. We saw him yesterday. He went off on Jauan Jennings after the game yesterday. And Jauan, this ain't about you.
He's and I want that known.
Here we go. Let's start this over. This is after the game. And let me make sure the volume's good. All right, here we go. Stand by, Paulie. Shelby Harris, defensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns. Here we go.
He's and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's some, like, he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit. And I want that known. I see exactly why they punched you in the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
Dude.
I just don't like this kind of attention on our team. And I don't like the fact that we have a wide receiver who he's going to infuriate opponents to the point where they're talking about him in the post-game press conference. I mean, this is insanity. And then if you go back and see the other one, like apparently this has been going on for a while. It's just now starting to come out. Yeah, here's one of the Carolina Panthers who had enough of his nonsense, just throwing him in the seats. Like, we don't need this. We don't need this. The Niners, I think it was Noemi who said this. The Niners were built on being a class organization. Like, we don't need to do this kind of crap. It's a blemish on the 49ers. It's a blemish on their season. This kid needs to zip it up, man. And so and I know he scored a touchdown yesterday. I get it. But at the same time, I don't think he's playing the game the right way when you're pissing off your opponents to the point of having to address it in the post game. I think maybe this has gone a little too far. And it's not an isolated incident. This is week after week after week. And he's had his own problems of being disgruntled in his own locker room and with his coaches. Like, I think I've seen enough from Jauan Jennings, who, again, is he's okay. He's good at times. Like, he's okay. He's not an exceptional talent that warrants this kind of consideration. Oh, let him do his thing. No, he's not good enough for us to warrant that kind of, give him that kind of space. So he's my dud of the day.
If you're going to talk all kinds of mess, shouldn't you be like an incredible player at that position? Like you said,
he's okay. He's good. I mean, he's good. Yeah, he's all right.
Like the fourth option for the third or fourth option for Purdy.
Tony, let me equate him to somebody from our past. Shout out Mike Sherrard. You know what I'm saying? He's a Sherrard figure. In a world of John Taylors and Jerry Rices, he's Mike Sherrard. You know, you're all right. You're all right. You make a couple catches. Nothing to write home about. Calm the F down, bro. Calm down.
I also don't understand why he wants that kind of attention. I just focus on catching footballs and running good routes. I don't know why you want to have that kind of attention put on yourself. I don't get it.
Right.
And it just goes to show like the type of guy he is. Look at the track record of getting in Shanahan's face on the sideline, of holding out all training camp. Like, I don't for
Having
the long,
opposing teams punching you in the balls, dude. Imagine what you have to say to motivate a guy to slug you in the nuts. That you don't see that every day. Guys just wind it up and punching dudes in the nards. That's Juwan Jennings. I've had enough. The games are too important right now, going down the stretch for me to be worrying about this guy. So he gets dud status for today. Dude, hopefully he cleans up his act. Hopefully.
Like Rising Wolf says in the chat, he's talking way above his pay grade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well said.
Exactly.
Well
Yes,
said.
very well said.
All
right,
right.
real quick. My quick dud, and we have to spend a lot of time on this. I just can't stand this dude. I've never liked him, and I don't like what he's doing to Ole Miss. He's leaving Ole Miss in the lurch now. Lane Kiffin going to LSU. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I've never been a fan of Lane Kiffin. He's my dud. That's all I got to say. Is
He does this time and time again. He lights the place on fire when he's walking out the door. And let's not forget when Al Davis introduced him for his press conference, he goes, "Let's bring him up here. Come on up here, Lance." Dude called him Lance. Yeah,
Lance.
Where are you, Lance? Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, it really is.
That's the freaking best. I'm just not a fan. I've never been a fan. And LSU, good luck with that.
How do you think Rod Brooks feels about Rod Brooks? Massive LSU guy. Do you think? Have you talked to Brooksy about this?
I have not, but we should get. You know what? I'll ask him today. I'll get his response and see what he has to say. Because now Rod's gonna have to root for Lane Kiffin, and that's gonna be funny. Because I don't think Rod was the biggest Lane Kiffin fan, going back to the Raider days and his Tennessee days and his Bama days and his USC days, and just kind of talk about like put his trail on the United States map of like, geez, Lane Kiffin. I don't know, man. And I like LSU because I've been to a few LSU games, and the crowd there is great and great tailgate. And Rod, I've been to LSU games with Rod Brooks, and just freaking. And yes, I think Rod is coming on Friday, by the way, Patty. Patty from Napa asking if Rod Brooks coming to the holiday frolic. I think he is, so that's good news. But now it's LSU, and Brian Kelly was hard enough to root for. Now I got to root for Lane Kiffin. Oh God. Kiffin is the new Bob Stoops, says Rising Wolf. Nice, dude. So that's my dud. That's my dud.
It's a good one. It's a good one. He's just a guy that's impossible to get behind. I mean, imagine the kids on Ole Miss right now. They just won 10 games, I think it was. They had a really good year, and he just kind of goes out the back door again. And I would expect, obviously, when his time at LSU comes up, it'll be the same thing all over again. The thing I scratch my head about is he gets these amazingly high-profile gigs one after. And let's not forget, Nick Saban fired his ass. Fired him. Get off my staff, Kiffin. That says a lot to me right there. If Nick Saban don't want you around, you know?
Totally. And also just the Minnesota Vikings are my other dud. Thanks for showing up against the Seahawks. Come on, Vikings. You're better than that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready for prime time. Those Vikings, McCarthy, they got work to do up there. Leave them, let the Vikings be the Vikings. Vikings gonna Viking. That's what they do. Even when they go 15-1, they find a way to screw things up at the end of the year. All right, Tony, we did an extra long jam session today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was great to be back after the holiday break. We will be with you all week in our normal places. So tomorrow, high noon, we'll do it again. And by the way, Tony, I'll leave you with saying one of the crazier things I'd never thought I'd hear myself say. If I was a gambling man, which I'm really not, shout out Bob Seger, rambling gambling man, but if I was, I might go with Jackson Dart in the points tonight, buddy. I just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
7.5, dude. 7.5. They're getting 7.5. That's a big spread. It's a big spread. I mean, the Patriots are on fire. Drake May is on fire, and they're at home. But Dart is coming back. He got
the chain on, buddy. You know what I mean? He's rolling up to New England with that chain. He doesn't give a damn. He's got the flash. I can't believe I'm speaking kindly about a New York Giant quarterback. That's never happened in my lifetime. But I do admit, I do like this kid. I do.
Stand by.
Hey, Paulie, hi. Phil Sims here.
One more time.
Hey, Paulie, hi. Phil Sims here.
It's his fault. It's his fault. I hate the Giants so much. It's all your fault, Sims. All right, Tony, great job today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Longbridge Pizza. And, of course, thank you, Stellar Design and the great Goha. We love you guys. We appreciate all you do for us. We are, yes, Lily, I am living in the bizarro upside-down world when I'm speaking kindly of a Giant quarterback. You're right. There's no explanation. I need a lot of analysis. That's what I do. Maybe you can analyze me on Friday, Lily. I hope to see you. And we hope to see all of you on Friday. We will see Bonnie Scarlet Fire Wednesday night when she is the guest sponsor for show us your ticket stub segment. And everybody enjoy Monday Night Football. I'm just saying, I got a vibe about Jackson Dart. I'm just throwing it out there. And we'll be back with everybody tomorrow. Tony, I'll let you crossfade us out of here, buddy.
Oh, nice. I love it, Paulie. And also, don't forget, if you can make it on Friday and you haven't RSVP'd, go to Polymax Particles, our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles, and click on the Eventbrite link right below our bio and let us know if you can make it. We'd love to get a final head count for Friday's Holiday Frolic starting at 4 p.m. at Standard Deviant on Pier 70. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. Paulie, it's been a heck of a Victory Monday. And here we go. Let's give you Diamond Dave, and I'll have us out of here.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
Nice, Tony. All right. Great to see you guys again. Hope everybody had a nice, safe, healthy, overeating kind of holiday. Like I got some work to do, bro. I got to lose some weight before Friday. You guys won't even recognize me. I'll come walking in like wearing a smock. You know what I mean? Because I did, believe me, I packed a few pounds on, but I don't regret it. It was fun. It was fun to become like a sloth for a few days, just lying around, eating, watching football. It was good. I needed that. And I hope you guys had a similar enjoyable break. Everybody have a great Monday. Enjoy Monday Night Football. We'll see you tomorrow at high noon. And I say cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all. See you tomorrow, high noon.